Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the watch list video for Friday, April 1st. I don't really have any what I would call worthwhile highlights from today. I had a green day, but it was a very, very slow day, and I'm showing you the daily on the SPY. We were way overdue for some selling, so we had a mini red day yesterday and kind of a good sized red day today. I'm going to show you 5-minute candles. You can see things really fell apart at the end, but for the most part, let me scoot over before that big sell off, and it was just a narrow range grind, slightly lower all day, and then it accelerated into the close. If you look at where the SPY came from, 415 all the way up to what, 462, and it pretty much went straight there. And what is that, maybe 3 weeks? We're certainly overdue, right? We're overdue for some selling, so we got a couple days in. I wouldn't mind seeing a couple more days, but again, I've said I don't make any money predicting what the market's going to do tomorrow. I'm in cash every night, and I make my money between the bells. And so here's the stocks I'm going to be watching for tomorrow. Hopefully get an A+ setup on a few of these, and maybe some gappers that we add to the list in the pre-market as well. So let's just start with LGVN. Big breakout today and a strong close. That's definitely, and talk about relative strength compared to the market, right? So we're definitely going to watch that one. MULN had the big day yesterday, then a gap up today, and a narrow range, but closing at its lows, but a nice narrow range today. I don't know if I call this a third day play. Like usually when I call a third day play, you have a big pop and then a quiet inside day. You don't have that today. You had the gap up, and you could argue maybe it sold off with the market as well. But MULN, let's go to 5-minute candles, had that massive move yesterday. Today I almost would call a potential rest day, and it might be back up from here. So that one's certainly worth watching. You, as a day trader, one of the simplest things you can do is to keep any recent high flyers, what we call, on a chart in front of you for a while, right? And that's where you make your money, is watching the recent high flyers or the morning gappers, because those are current high flyers, right? You keep the stuff that's in play in front of you, and then apply, wait for A+ intraday setups, and you can make an honest living. You can make a decent living without having to hold overnight. So anyway, ISIG had this big pop yesterday. It went from 981 to 1442. That's a massive move intraday, but it closed way down here. Then today kind of put in a quiet day, but it is inside of yesterday's high. Maybe it sold off in the afternoon because the rest of the market is, but certainly worth keeping on a chart tomorrow. Had strength relative to the market anyway. ISPC, big volume for this stock. You can see 4 million shares if I get some of that crazy move out of there. Kind of a nice breakout today. So we're going to see it, especially in a weak market. So we're going to see if that gives any kind of follow-through setup. Especially if I go to 5-minute candles, look at that. I mean, just really accelerated to the upside late in the day. So I see something like that, I put it on watch for the next day. NNOX, I think had earnings. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was on earnings. Big volume, closing in about the middle of its range, though. Certainly worth keeping an eye on tomorrow. DRCT, I like this, but I don't love it because you had the gap up yesterday. You had 125 million shares, and everybody ended yesterday underwater, every long, I should say. Then we gapped down, and every short from the open pretty much is underwater from today. So you're here, and its recent range from the last 2 days is 550 down to 365, and we're a little bit in maybe the lower half of that. But it's like right now, who's winning? Bulls, Bears, there really isn't. It's kind of a tie. So just the fact that it's a recent high flyer, though, is going to land it on a chart for me. And it did have pretty good strength today. And had good news yesterday, by the way. SNOA gapped up yesterday. Today gapped down and closed strong. Maybe a break of that 2-day high tomorrow. We'll see. DATS had a massive volume day 4 days ago, and really just kind of flagging ever since. A little bit interesting that it topped out right around 3 yesterday. So the whole number 3 might come into play tomorrow. And then we know that 323 is the recent high. So you have a potential stacked catalyst setup forming there. We'll see if it gives us one. AGRI. Okay, I've had this on bounce maybe for the last 3 days, on bounce watch, at least for the last 2 days since it looked like this. And guess what? 2 more red days. I don't know, the 3 area, a little bit of support there. Anyway, anytime I have something on Bounce Watch and I don't get a trigger, right, and it gives me another red day, I'll generally just keep watching it as low as it goes until it gives me an A+ setup or until something crazy happens. But I am going to keep this one on a chart. I don't like the fact that really the most recent run was from here to here, and now it's below all of that. So we call that a round trip, and it makes it much less powerful as a bounce play. But then if you go back another week, you could say, well, technically, this ran from $1.50 to over $6 in a few weeks, right? And so now it's a kind of a clean pullback to the 3 area. So anyway, I'm going to keep it on watch. HOOD, speaking of round trips, it's had the big breakout on Tuesday. Then Wednesday and Thursday right back down and pretty much is round tripped, but you could also argue it's back down to support. So we are going to put it on bounce watch. ALLG had this crazy move from, I don't know, like $8 to 28 in about 1 week. And then you had the nasty intraday reversal, and now you got a couple more red days. I think I said in last night's video, I would like another red day down into this buy zone, and now we have that. And it bounced off of the $14 area about a week ago. So I do like this one for a potential bounce play tomorrow. EIGR had a big run, and now 3 days lower right into that buy zone. That one goes on bounce watch. And then lastly, I'm going to throw GameStop, GME on watch. I believe in after hours, I don't know if it's official. Someone in the chat room typed in there was talks of them doing a stock split. And it went up over 200 in after hours. Right now it's trading at 192.50. My heart was a little broken because I already had this on my trading platform because I had it on watch today. And in after hours, I might have been able to catch a trade in that had I been here, right? And maybe heard the news. But it doesn't matter because I wasn't. So anyway, possible gapper tomorrow in GameStop. I think that's GME. A lot of shorts in the name, so certainly worth keeping an eye on. And that's it for me. I'm done babbling. We'll see you guys in the chat room in the morning.